Here, the head coach of the Cavaliers, Dane Damron. Coach, 2 games into the season, really two heartbreakers. Could be 2-0. You come in, they score in the final 5 seconds. Quickly recap what you saw from your team down there at Limestone on Saturday.
I thought we played really well. I thought we had a chance in the first half to really distance them. I think we were up 14-3, either 14-3 or 14-6, and I think we had a chance to put some distance between us and them, and just didn't make some plays. Missed a couple of runs, missed a couple of throws that I think could have extended drives and had us a chance. And I think realistic, we should have probably had 28 points at halftime. And then, the running back for Limestone is really good. I think they've upgraded a quarterback, too, from the kid that they had in the past. That kid can make some throws and make some plays with his legs. So Coach Turk does a good job with those kids. But, Daryl, the thing that I've been so encouraged about our football team is the fact that both games we've had to drive down the field and score. And, that's a change from the last couple of years, So we're definitely a better football team. The crazy thing is right now that, we're 2 plays away probably from being 2-0, but we're 0-2 right now. But, to me, that doesn't matter. This is just NFL preseason games to me. And we're getting a lot of kids. I looked out there Saturday. We had 2 true freshmen out there playing corner against 2 really good wideouts, and they're making plays. And that's the key thing we're taking from this, and we're getting Ethan Blank at our right guard, who's a true freshman, a whole lot of reps, because we've had to play too many freshmen here in the past. But we're playing those kids right now in games that are important. I don't want to belittle that, because anytime we're playing, we want to win. But we understand that we're getting a whole lot of kids, a whole lot of reps as we prepare for 2021. So we thought we could have won that game, but we didn't. So now it's turn the page, and I'm going to go ahead and beat you to the punch, and we're going to put our ponchos on and get ready to go.
Yeah, you lead right into it. The weather looks abysmal here for Thursday. Not only, a lot of rain coming our way to Southwest Virginia, but heavy wind. How have you kind of prepared your guys for these conditions? Because, I couldn't tell you the last time we played and what they're forecasting.
How do you prepare for that? You just go out there and play. It's going to be the same for both teams. The thing about wind, because we're going to throw the ball. We're going to throw the ball. They're going to throw the ball. The Wells kid they got, he's a heck of a player, and they got some good wideouts. So they're going to throw the ball too. They may be a little bit better running the football than we are right now. So that should help them out a little bit. But as long as the wind is not blowing crossways, you can deal with it a little bit better. But when it's blowing crossways, no team really gets an advantage, But if it's blowing, north to south, you get 2 quarters where you feel like you got a chance to do some things with the football. But it's gonna be interesting. I'll have my Under Armour rain gear on and see what's going to happen. And that'll make Coach Robbins actually have to work a little bit, to make sure that our footballs are ready to go. He's kind of on easy street up here, so he'll have to do some things to get himself ready and get the footballs ready, which he'll take great pride in that.
Coach, I want to hit you with a positive and a negative and let you speak on both a little bit. Down there at Limestone, you didn't allow a sack. I couldn't tell you the last time that happened. You have to be really happy with your offensive line and your quarterbacks getting rid of the ball. On the negative side, 14 penalties.
Yeah, we're not a disciplined football team right now, and Daryl, you can live with holds. Holds are going to happen. PIs are going to happen, even though I think a couple of those PIs were bogus. But we had a late hit out of bounds that was just stupid, just absolutely stupid, and it was on a 3rd down play inside the 5, which probably forces him to kick a field goal. And I think that was the touchdown that put them at 24, if I'm not mistaken. So that's just bad. We can't do that. In both games, we've had some offsides penalties on the offensive side of the ball, which is stalled drives. We're a lot better offensively, but we can't start 1st and 15. And, that's been bad. So that's stuff that, that's got to be corrected. As I mentioned, you don't ever want to have a hold. You don't ever want to have a PI. You don't ever want to have a face mask. But those are things that happen during the course of a game that sometimes can't help, that you can't help. But jumping off sides, hitting somebody out of bounds, unsportsmanlike, those are stupid. And, we're trying to address them and get that taken care of, but we're not going to win any game with 14 penalties. And then, on the flip side, you said about no sacks. We've thrown it 100 and some times. You probably got the stats there in front of you. We've thrown it over 100 times and given up 1 sack. And so, we're much better up front. We're not where we need to be, but we're much better up front. And Garrett and Linden are doing a great job of getting rid of the football too. You know, that's not all because of the offensive line. It's a combination of 6 people, and then you incorporate receivers in there getting open, you know. So we're a better football team. You know, the frustrating thing is you're sitting here at 0-2, but we know everybody that's played us knows that we're a better football team, and we just got to keep digging with what we're doing and get ready for the fall of 2021.
Offensively, your 2 quarterbacks, it's been fun to watch. I mean, quite a battle. Neither guy's thrown an interception to this point. We're throwing for 350 yards a game. Talk about these 2 kids and really how they're playing and how they've progressed from the fall of 2019.
Yeah, I think Coach Lewis has done a great job. First of all, you know, I think we've tried to expand our offense with simplification. And how do you do that? Well, you know, we're basically telling them where to throw, and they've really done a good job. And it helps. We got better wideouts too. You know, Dorian Goddard and Caleb Martin are really good, and you know, moving Keyshawn from defense to offense has really helped. You know, so both Linden and Garrett are playing really, really well. I don't think any one of them have jumped out to say this is my job. And that's a good thing, you know, because that means they're both really, really, really playing well, and they're both pushing. And you know, Linden's behind in the rep scheme of it just because he's coming off shoulder surgery. So Garrett's practiced more, you know, so that's why he continues to get a little bit more reps just because of the way things have worked out. But they're both playing tremendous. I think Coach Lewis has done a great job with them and putting them in some situations, and that's what this spring is about, you know. The thing that I have to do as the head coach, and the thing that our players have to understand, this is just all we're learning about kids right now. We're learning what we're good at. We're learning what we're not good at. And as I mentioned, it's NFL preseason. You know, it's NFL preseason, and we're getting a whole lot of kids, a whole lot of reps. And, you know, Garrett and Linden are both taking advantage of that. And I would like to get into a situation, you know, where we have a chance to play Tyler O'Reilly a little bit, our freshman quarterback, because he's really shown some ability, and we would like to try to get him in the game. You know, that's the downside of keeping scores. When the game gets going, you get competitive and you do try to win it sometimes. But you know, we're trying to tackle the best of both worlds and getting a lot of reps and play the best we can.
A guy you mentioned the first interview that we did this year, Fields, just speak on him. 13 tackles. He's picked off a pass. I think he got credit for that block kick. Not sure if that's accurate. You can probably speak to that. Talk about his play here in the first 2 games. 13 tackles from his position.
I mean, he's a man. He's everything you want one of your football players to be. He loves it here. He loves his program. He loves his teammates, and he shows by how hard he plays. You know, you don't play that hard if you don't love where you're at and love who you're playing with. And he does a phenomenal job. You know, the downside of it is he's having to play too much because we're really thin at that position right now. I have no desire for him to play that much, but he has to. And you know, and he's a football player. I think that's the greatest compliment you can give a kid is call him a football player. He's a football player, and he's a leader and does everything right. And you know, I can't say enough good things about him. We don't have enough time. Our Zoom session would end if I talked about Shavon Field and said everything I thought about the other man.
Coach, get your rain boots on, get your poncho ready, and like you said, make Coach Robbins do some work. Kickoff.
That's exactly right.
6 o'clock Thursday from Carl Smith Stadium. If you can't make it out, or if you don't want to come out and battle the weather, you can watch it online at uvawisecavs.com, listen locally on FM 92.5 or WLSDradio.com. Coach, thanks and good luck.
Thanks, Daryl.